In a large and beautiful mansion on the edge of the city, lived a girl named Anna. She was the only daughter of a very rich man, one of the richest in the whole country. People called her the billionaire's daughter. But no one truly knew what life was like for Anna behind the high walls and shiny gates of her home. The mansion was filled with many rooms, expensive furniture, and shining chandeliers. Outside, there were tall trees, a large garden, and a big swimming pool. Everything was perfect on the outside. But inside, the air was often cold and quiet, like a place where happiness had been lost. Anna was famous for one thing: no maid could stay with her for long. Many young women had tried to work in the house, but soon they left. Some said Anna was too difficult, too proud, or too lonely. Others whispered that she was angry and did not like anyone near her. The truth was more complicated. Anna was not cruel, but she was lonely. She was not proud, but she was scared. Since she was a little girl, she had lived with many rules. Her father, Mr. Rao, was a very busy man who loved his work more than anything else. He wanted Anna to be perfect in her studies, perfect in her manners, and perfect in how she showed herself to the world. But Anna did not want to be perfect. She wanted to be free. She wanted to laugh loudly, run in the garden, and make mistakes without being punished. But she could not do any of that. Every day, there was a list of things she had to do, and if she did not follow them, her father's anger made the whole house feel heavy. The maids who worked in the mansion found it hard to be around Anna because she did not smile much. She was always serious, sometimes even cold. When she spoke, her voice was soft but firm. She rarely asked for help, and when she did, she was quick to say she could do it herself. The maids tried their best. Some brought her favorite foods, hoping she would smile. Others tried to talk to her about small things, like the weather or the flowers in the garden. But Anna kept her distance. She did not trust easily. One of the maids, named Lotta, had stayed the longest. She was gentle and patient. Lotta remembered how Anna was like a small flower hidden under thick ice. She tried to melt that ice with kindness, but after 6 months, even Lotta had to leave. She said she could no longer watch Anna suffer in silence. When Lotta left, the household felt even colder. The other maids whispered, "No one can last with the billionaire's daughter. She is too difficult." But then, one rainy morning, a new maid arrived. Her name was Myra. Myra was not from a rich family. She had worked many jobs before coming to the mansion. She knew what it was like to struggle, to be tired, and to be judged. But she was hopeful. She believed that with patience and kindness, even the hardest heart could change. Myra's first day in the mansion was quiet. She did not try to be special or loud. She wore simple clothes and spoke softly. When Anna saw her, she looked at Myra carefully but did not say a word. Myra noticed the way Anna's eyes were sad, like she wanted to say something but did not know how. Myra did not try to force a conversation. She simply smiled and said, "I am here to help, whenever you need." Anna did not answer. She turned away and looked out the window at the rain falling softly on the garden. The days went by slowly. Myra learned the house rules quickly. She cleaned the rooms, cooked simple meals, and did her work without complaint. But what made Myra different was how she treated Anna. She did not demand attention or try to change her. Instead, she gave Anna space, but also showed she cared. Sometimes, when Anna sat alone in the big living room, Myra would quietly bring her a warm cup of tea. Anna did not always accept it, but she never refused when Myra was gentle. The other servants watched this new maid with surprise. They whispered, "Myra might be the one who can stay. She is calm and kind." But Myra knew it was not easy. She understood that Anna's heart was like a locked door. Many had tried to open it with force or anger, but Myra believed that the key was patience. One evening, as the sun set behind the tall trees, Myra saw Anna standing in the garden. The sky was orange and pink, and the wind gently moved the leaves. For a moment, Anna looked peaceful. Myra wanted to say something, but she waited. Anna turned to Myra and said softly, "Why do you stay? No one else stays long." Myra smiled and answered, "Because everyone deserves someone who cares." Anna looked at her for a long time but did not say anything more. That night, as Myra went to sleep in her small room near the kitchen, she thought about the journey ahead. She knew it would not be easy to change Anna's world, but she was ready. Because sometimes, when a person is lonely and scared, all they need is one kind soul to show them the way. The morning after her quiet conversation with Anna, Myra woke up early. The sunlight was soft, streaming through the small window of her room near the kitchen. She took a deep breath and prepared herself for another day in the big mansion. Myra knew that every day with Anna would be a challenge. But something inside her told her to keep trying. She wanted to understand the girl behind the cold eyes and the silent walls. Downstairs, the house was already busy. The cooks were preparing breakfast, and other maids were cleaning rooms and polishing furniture. But Myra's focus was on Anna. When Myra entered Anna's large bedroom, she saw the girl sitting by the window again, looking outside at the bright morning sky. Anna did not look at Myra or say hello. She seemed lost in her thoughts. Myra quietly set down a tray with breakfast, some fresh fruit, toast, and a cup of warm milk. She hoped the simple meal might bring some comfort. "Good morning, Anna," Myra said softly. "Breakfast is ready." Anna glanced at the tray but didn't move. She looked tired, like she had not slept well. Myra sat on a small chair nearby, not too close, but close enough that Anna could feel her presence. "Did you sleep well?" Myra asked gently. Anna shook her head slightly, her voice barely above a whisper. "Not really." Myra waited, understanding that sometimes words were hard to find. After a moment, Anna said, "I don't like mornings. They feel empty." Myra nodded. "Sometimes mornings can be hard. But they also bring new chances, new hopes." Anna looked at Myra, a small flicker of curiosity in her eyes. For a moment, it seemed like she wanted to say more, but then she looked away. The day moved slowly. Myra helped with the housework, but she kept thinking about Anna's words. In the afternoon, Anna's father, Mr. Rao, returned home from a long trip. He was a tall man with serious eyes and a strong voice. He rarely showed much affection, especially to Anna. His presence made the house even quieter. Anna greeted him with a small nod but no smile. Mr. Rao looked at Anna and said, "You have to be ready for the school event next week. I expect you to behave well in front of our guests." Anna's lips pressed tightly together. She did not answer. Myra watched the scene quietly. She knew Mr. Rao loved his daughter in his own way, but his words often made Anna feel trapped. That evening, Myra found Anna alone in the library. The room was filled with books and soft light from a small lamp. Anna was holding a book but not reading it. She seemed tired and sad. Myra sat beside her gently and asked, "Do you like to read?" Anna nodded slowly. "What's your favorite story?" Myra asked. Anna thought for a moment and then said, "Stories where people find themselves. Where they are lost but then they find a way." Myra smiled softly. "I like those stories too. Sometimes, in real life, we feel lost. But that does not mean we will stay lost forever." Anna looked at Myra and for the first time, there was a small smile on her face. It was very quick, like a shadow passing by, but it was there. Days passed, and Myra continued to be patient. She never pushed Anna to talk or change. Instead, she showed through her actions that she cared. She cleaned Anna's room with care, prepared food she thought Anna might like, and listened whenever Anna wanted to speak. Slowly, small changes began to happen. One morning, Anna asked Myra to help her with her hair. It was the first time she had asked for help in a long while. Myra was surprised but happy. She carefully brushed Anna's long hair and tied it into a neat braid. When Anna looked in the mirror, she said quietly, "Thank you." Myra's heart felt warm. She knew this was a small step, but it meant a lot. The bond between the two grew stronger, like two trees growing side by side, their roots slowly touching beneath the soil. One day, the mansion received guests for a big party. Mr. Rao had invited many important people. Anna had to attend and act perfectly, as her father wished. Myra helped Anna get ready. She chose a simple but beautiful dress and helped with small details. Anna looked nervous. She held Myra's hand tightly for a moment before letting go. "You will be fine," Myra said softly. "Just be yourself." Anna looked at her, unsure if she could. At the party, Anna stayed quiet at first, standing by her father's side. The guests smiled and spoke politely, but Anna did not join the conversations. She felt like a small bird trapped in a cage. But then, Myra noticed a young girl around Anna's age. She was kind and smiled warmly at Anna. The girl came closer and said hello. Anna looked surprised but then smiled back. They started talking quietly, about small things, favorite books, colors, and dreams. For the first time in a long time, Anna laughed. Myra watched from a distance, feeling happy. When the party ended, Anna thanked Myra quietly. That night, as Myra lay in her small room, she thought about how far Anna had come in just a few weeks. The girl who once pushed everyone away was slowly opening her heart. Myra knew there would be hard days ahead, but she was ready. Because sometimes, the strongest people are the ones who learn to trust again. Days passed in the big mansion, but the air still felt heavy at times. Anna's smiles were rare, and her silences often grew long and deep. Myra knew there was an invisible wall between them, a wall built with fear, loneliness, and past hurt. Myra did not rush to break the wall. She understood that some walls take time to come down. Instead, she chose to be patient and gentle, hoping that one day Anna would trust her enough to let her in. One chilly morning, Myra found Anna sitting in the garden, wrapped in a soft shawl. The sky was gray, and the wind whispered quietly among the trees. Anna was staring at the ground, lost in her thoughts. Myra walked slowly toward her. She sat down nearby, keeping a respectful distance. "It's cold today," she said softly. Anna nodded but didn't say anything. Myra wanted to speak, but words felt difficult to find. Instead, she reached into her pocket and took out a small flower she had picked earlier. It was a bright yellow flower, simple but beautiful. "I found this for you," Myra said, offering the flower with a shy smile. Anna looked at the flower, then at Myra. For a moment, her face softened. She reached out and took the flower carefully. "Thank you," Anna whispered. It was the first time Anna had thanked Myra without hesitation. Myra's heart felt lighter. As the days went on, Myra kept finding little ways to show she cared without pushing too hard. She learned to notice the small signs when Anna needed space or when she needed someone close. But the invisible wall remained. Anna was still distant, still scared to fully open her heart. One afternoon, Myra saw Anna in her room, sitting by the window with tears silently rolling down her cheeks. Myra's breath caught. She wanted to comfort Anna but did not want to frighten her away. So, Myra sat quietly in a chair nearby and waited. After a while, Anna looked up, surprised to find Myra there. "I didn't want you to see," she said softly. Myra shook her head gently. "It's okay. Everyone cries sometimes." Anna's eyes filled with more tears. "I'm not supposed to cry," she said. "I have to be strong." Myra reached out and held Anna's hand gently. "Being strong doesn't mean you never cry. Sometimes, crying is a way to be strong. Anna looked at Myra's calm eyes and slowly squeezed her hand. For the first time, she allowed herself to feel the pain she had hidden for so long. Myra stayed with her, not saying much, just being there. The silence between them was not empty anymore, it was filled with understanding. The next day, Anna surprised Myra by asking her to sit with her while she read a book. It was a simple request, but for Anna, it was a big step. She was asking for company, for friendship. Myra smiled and agreed happily. They spent the afternoon together, reading stories and talking quietly about their dreams. Anna shared her wish to travel far away one day, to see the world beyond the mansion walls. Myra listened with hope. She wanted to help Anna find that freedom she dreamed of. But not everyone in the house was happy about Myra's closeness to Anna. Some servants whispered behind Myra's back, saying she was too soft or that she didn't understand how to handle the billionaire's daughter. One morning, as Myra cleaned the dining room, one of the older maids, Mrs. Sharma, approached her. "You are new here," Mrs. Sharma said with a sharp look. "But you need to be careful. Anna is not like other girls. She can be difficult and dangerous to trust." Myra nodded respectfully. "I know she has her struggles, but I want to help her." Mrs. Sharma sighed. "Many have tried, but they all failed. Don't get your hopes too high." Myra smiled gently. "Sometimes, even when it's hard, hope is what we need most." Mrs. Sharma looked surprised by Myra's calm words but did not reply. That evening, Myra found Anna in the music room. Anna was playing the piano softly, her fingers moving over the keys with care. Music was something Anna loved but rarely shared. Myra sat quietly in the corner, listening to the gentle melodies. After a while, Anna stopped and looked at Myra. "Do you like music?" Anna asked quietly. "Yes, very much," Myra replied. Anna smiled faintly and said, "I used to play here when I was little. But then, I stopped." "Why?" Myra asked. Anna looked away. "Because no one had time to listen." Myra's heart ached. "I'm listening now," she said simply. Anna's eyes met hers, and for a moment, the invisible wall seemed to tremble. Maybe one day, it would come down completely. That night, Myra prayed quietly in her small room. She asked for strength and patience to help Anna heal. She believed that kindness could be stronger than fear and that one day, Anna would find the courage to break free from her invisible wall. Because sometimes, the hardest battles are fought in silence behind walls no one else can see. The days in the mansion continued slowly, like a soft river flowing quietly through a peaceful valley. Myra understood that big changes do not happen all at once. Sometimes, it is the small moments that matter the most. Anna was still quiet most of the time. She didn't speak much and often kept to herself. But Myra noticed something new, small signs of trust and warmth beginning to appear like tiny sparks in the dark. One morning, as the sun rose and light filled the big rooms, Myra prepared Anna's breakfast. She made her favorite food, warm porridge with honey and fresh berries. She placed the bowl carefully on a small table near Anna's window seat. Anna was sitting by the window, watching the birds outside. She looked pale and tired, but there was a softness in her eyes that Myra had not seen before. Myra spoke gently, "Breakfast is ready, Anna." Anna turned and gave a small nod but said nothing. Myra waited quietly nearby, knowing that sometimes words were not needed. After a moment, Anna spoke softly, "Thank you, Myra." The word was simple, but Myra's heart smiled. It was the first time Anna had spoken to her like a friend. Later that day, Myra found Anna in the garden. The flowers were blooming in bright colors, and the air smelled fresh with rain from the night before. Anna was sitting on a stone bench, looking at the roses with quiet eyes. Myra sat beside her, careful not to disturb the calm moment. It's peaceful here, Myra said. Anna nodded. Yes. Sometimes, I like to come here to think. Myra waited a little before asking, what do you think about? Anna looked at the sky, her voice soft and low. I think about being free. Not just outside, but inside too. Free to be myself. Myra smiled gently. Everyone deserves to be free, Anna. Anna looked at Myra and gave a small smile. It was shy, like a bird testing its wings. The days passed, and Myra found many small ways to show kindness. She learned that Anna liked soft music and warm blankets. She noticed Anna's favorite book and made sure it was always close by. Sometimes, when Anna seemed sad or tired, Myra would quietly sit with her, not saying anything but offering comfort. One afternoon, Anna surprised Myra by asking her to join her in the kitchen. I want to learn how to cook, Anna said quietly. Myra's eyes lit up with surprise and happiness. I would love to teach you. Together, they prepared a simple meal. Myra showed Anna how to peel vegetables, measure spices, and stir the pot carefully. Anna's hands were a little unsure at first, but she smiled as she learned. As they cooked, Anna told Myra about the small joys she had missed. How she liked the smell of fresh bread and the sound of the rain on the roof. Myra listened, feeling honored that Anna was sharing these secrets. After dinner, they cleaned up together, laughing softly when they spilled a little flour on the floor. That night, Anna thanked Myra again. This time, her voice was stronger, more certain. Thank you for staying, Anna said. Myra smiled. I'm here for you, always. The small moments built a bridge between their hearts. Slowly, the invisible wall that once separated them began to crumble. One evening, Anna asked Myra to sit with her in the living room. The house was quiet, with only the soft crackle of the fireplace. Anna looked at Myra and said, "Can you tell me a story?" Myra smiled warmly and began to tell a story about a brave girl who found her own light in the dark. As Myra spoke, Anna's eyes grew wide. She listened carefully, forgetting the weight she carried every day. When the story ended, Anna said softly, "I want to be brave like her." "You are brave, Anna," Myra replied gently. "Bravery is not about never being scared. It's about trying even when you are scared." Anna nodded slowly, a new strength in her eyes. Days turned into weeks, and the bond between Anna and Myra grew deeper. They shared quiet laughter, small talks, and gentle silences that spoke louder than words. Myra's kindness and patience had touched Anna's heart in ways no one else could. But deep inside, Myra knew the journey was not over. There were still shadows in Anna's heart that needed light. And so, with hope and love, Myra prepared herself for the next step, helping Anna face the fears she had hidden for so long. Because sometimes, all it takes to heal a broken heart are small moments of kindness and a friend who never gives up. The mansion was quiet in the early morning light. Soft rays of sun passed through the curtains, touching the floors with warm gold. Anna sat by the window, her eyes fixed on the garden outside, but her mind was far away. Myra noticed the sadness in Anna's eyes more clearly now. It was different from before, deeper, like a hidden ocean beneath a calm surface. One afternoon, Myra found Anna in her room, holding an old photo album. She opened the book slowly, turning the pages with care. The pictures showed a young girl with a bright smile, playing with her parents in a sunny garden. Myra sat quietly nearby. She could see the girl in the pictures was very different from the Anna she knew. Anna's voice was soft, almost a whisper. This was before everything changed. Myra waited patiently. She didn't want to push Anna to speak, but she was ready to listen whenever Anna wanted. After a long silence, Anna looked at Myra with eyes full of pain. "I'm scared," she said simply. Myra's heart ached. "Scared of what?" Anna sighed deeply. "Scared that no one really loves me. That I am just a burden." That my father only sees what he wants me to be, not who I really am. Myra reached out and took Anna's hand gently. You are not a burden. You are loved, even when it feels hard to believe. Anna shook her head. I don't feel it. Not really. I see my father's eyes, they are cold and busy. He cares about his work and the family name, but not about me. Tears welled up in Anna's eyes. That's why I push everyone away. Because it hurts too much to want something and not get it. Myra squeezed her hand softly. I'm here, Anna. I'm not going anywhere. Anna looked at Myra, and for the first time, she let her guard fall a little. She spoke about her fears, her loneliness, and the pressure she felt every day. Myra listened carefully, never interrupting. She understood that Anna's difficult behavior was a shield, a way to protect herself from pain. As the days passed, Myra helped Anna see that it was okay to be vulnerable. She showed her that asking for help did not mean weakness. One rainy evening, the two sat by the fireplace. The soft crackling of the fire filled the room. Anna rested her head on Myra's shoulder, feeling safe for the first time in a long while. I want to be happy, Anna said quietly. But I don't know how. Myra smiled warmly. Happiness doesn't come all at once. It grows slowly, like a flower blooming after a long winter. Anna closed her eyes, feeling the truth of Myra's words. The bond between them grew stronger. Myra became not just a maid but a friend, a guide, and a light in Anna's dark world. But Myra also knew that healing was not a straight path. There would be days when Anna would fall back into sadness or anger. That was okay. What mattered was that Anna had someone to lean on. One day, Anna surprised Myra by asking about Myra's life. For the first time, Anna showed interest in someone else's story. Myra told Anna about her childhood in a small village, about the struggles her family faced, and how she had learned to be strong through kindness. Anna listened closely, eyes shining with new respect and understanding. That's why you are so patient with me, Anna said softly. Myra nodded. Because I know what it's like to feel lost. Their friendship was no longer one-sided. It was a meeting of two hearts, both healing and growing. Anna's father noticed the change too. He saw how Myra had become important to his daughter. One evening, he spoke quietly to Myra. Thank you for being there for Anna, he said. I see now how much she needed someone like you. Myra smiled humbly. She is very brave. Mr. Rao nodded slowly. I want to understand her better. I want to be a better father. Myra felt hope. Maybe, with time, the family could heal too. As the days grew warmer, Anna began to dream again. She talked about going to school, making friends, and exploring the world outside the mansion. Myra watched her with pride. The girl who was once locked behind invisible walls was now opening the doors to a new life. Because sometimes, the greatest secret to happiness is not in wealth or power but in love, understanding, and the courage to be real. The warm sun shone brightly over the mansion, casting long shadows on the garden. The air was filled with the sweet smell of blooming flowers, and for the first time in a long while, Anna felt a small spark of hope inside her heart. Myra had been by her side through many difficult moments, but today was different. Today, Anna was ready to take a step she had never taken before. After breakfast, Anna quietly approached Myra, who was cleaning near the kitchen. Myra, Anna said softly, I want to go outside. Just for a little while. Myra looked at her with gentle surprise. Are you sure? Anna nodded. I want to see the town. I want to feel what it's like outside the mansion walls. Myra smiled warmly. I will go with you. It was a simple wish, but for Anna, it meant so much. The mansion had always felt like a cage, beautiful but confining. She dreamed of fresh air, noisy streets, and friendly faces. Myra helped Anna get ready. She chose a comfortable dress and helped her braid her hair neatly. Anna looked nervous but excited. As they stepped outside the big gates, the world felt new and bright. The sun warmed Anna's face, and the sounds of birds and distant voices filled the air. The town was busy and lively. People moved about with smiles and greetings. Anna watched children playing in the park and vendors selling fruits and flowers. Myra walked beside her, pointing out small things: a colorful market stall, a friendly dog wagging its tail, a group of women chatting happily. Anna's eyes shone with wonder. She felt free, even if only for a little while. They stopped at a small cafe, where Anna tried fresh fruit juice for the first time. The sweet taste made her smile. "This is nice," she said. Myra nodded. "There are many nice things outside the mansion." Anna laughed softly. "I never knew." As they walked through the town, Anna noticed how people greeted Myra warmly. Myra had lived here before working at the mansion, and the town loved her kindness. Anna felt a little jealous but also happy. She wished she could be part of that world. At one point, they reached a small park with a fountain. Anna sat on a bench, watching the water sparkle in the sun. Myra sat beside her, and for a long time, they just enjoyed the quiet. Finally, Anna spoke. "Thank you, Myra, for bringing me here." Myra smiled gently. "Thank you for trusting me." Anna looked at Myra with a new confidence. "I want to be brave. Not just inside the house, but outside too." Myra nodded. "And you will be." Step by step. The walk back to the mansion felt lighter. Anna felt like she was carrying a new piece of herself, one that was free and hopeful. Back inside, Mr. Rao noticed the change in his daughter. She seemed brighter, more alive. He spoke to Myra quietly. "Thank you for helping her." Myra smiled humbly. "She is strong." That night, Anna lay in her bed, thinking about the day. For the first time in a long time, she dreamed of a future beyond the mansion walls. She dreamed of school, friends, and laughter. She dreamed of being herself, without fear. And she knew that with Myra by her side, she could face anything. The morning sun streamed through the large windows of the mansion, filling the rooms with warm light. Birds sang outside, and the garden was alive with the colors of blooming flowers. The air felt different, lighter, full of hope. Anna woke up with a smile on her face. Today was an important day. It was the day she would take another big step toward her new life. She had made a decision. With Myra's gentle help, Anna was going to start attending school. Not the fancy private schools her father had once planned for her, but a simple, nearby school in the town where children laughed and learned together. Anna felt nervous but excited. She wanted to learn, to make friends, and to feel like a normal girl. Myra helped Anna get ready, choosing a simple dress and tying her hair back neatly. As they walked to the school, Anna held Myra's hand tightly. The school was busy with children playing and talking. Teachers smiled as they greeted the new student. Anna's heart beat fast. She felt a little afraid but also brave. Myra stayed with her for a little while, helping her find her classroom. When it was time to say goodbye, Myra knelt down and looked into Anna's eyes. "Remember," she said softly, "you are strong, and you are never alone." Anna smiled and nodded. "Thank you, Myra." As Myra walked away, Anna took a deep breath and stepped into the classroom. The room was filled with bright faces and welcoming voices. A kind teacher introduced Anna to the class, and soon she was sitting at a desk, ready to learn. At first, Anna was shy. She watched the other children, unsure of how to join in. But slowly, she began to speak, to ask questions, and to share her ideas. By the end of the day, Anna felt a new kind of happiness. She had made a few friends, and she even laughed a real, joyful laugh. When Anna returned home, her father was waiting in the garden. He looked different, not cold or busy, but gentle and soft. "Anna," he said quietly, "I'm proud of you." Anna smiled. It was the first time she had heard those words and felt them deep in her heart. Mr. Rao sat down beside her and said, "Thank you, Myra, for helping our daughter find her way." Myra smiled humbly, feeling warmth in her heart. Days turned into weeks, and Anna's confidence grew. She enjoyed school, loved learning, and found joy in small things: a game with friends, a new book, a sunny afternoon in the garden. Her relationship with her father also changed. He started spending more time with her, listening to her dreams and fears. The mansion, once cold and lonely, began to feel like a home. One evening, Anna sat by the fireplace with Myra. She looked happy and calm. "Myra," Anna said softly, "thank you for never giving up on me." Myra smiled. "You never gave up on yourself." Anna reached out and took Myra's hand. "I'm ready for a new beginning." Myra's eyes glistened with tears of joy. "And I will be here, every step of the way." The invisible walls that had once trapped Anna were now broken. In their place were bridges of trust, love, and hope. Anna had found her freedom not just outside the mansion, but inside her heart. And with that freedom came a new life, full of possibilities and dreams waiting to be fulfilled. Because sometimes, the most powerful stories are not about wealth or status, but about courage, kindness, and the quiet strength of the human spirit. Anna's story was one of hope, a reminder that even in the darkest places, light can shine through.